Hello everyone, welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn channel. My name is Lauren and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn. Now, if you don't know what we do here, we are a membership website where we bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get your Cricut out and start using it today. Now, in this video specifically, we're gonna be talking everything Dollar Tree Cricut dupes. Do we like them? Do we not? Do we want to trash them? Are we keeping them? So if you are a Dollar Tree shopper and you really want to know the skinny or the lowdown on all of the Cricut dupes that Dollar Tree has, stick around to the end of the video because you're definitely going to want to see these. So as you all can see, we have quite a few dupes here on the table. So let's go ahead and get started talking about these. Here you can see we have our scraper tool. Now I'm going to get both of these out. I'm going to test them both out. See which one I like. Is it really worth it? We have the Dollar Tree Cricut Joy mats here. Once again, we're going to put it up against. I'm going to test both of those. We do have some permanent vinyl and glitter iron-on. Now we have a ultra thin portable light pad. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. I've never even got this out of the box. And really and truly, I've not really used the Cricut Bright Pad either. I think we have one somewhere here in the office, but this is just something that I don't use. But we are going to get it out and I'm going to see if I like it. Does it work? Is it worth the $5? Because if y'all didn't know, Dollar Tree has a plus section now. So this is one of the things that you're going to find in the plus section. It's Dollar Tree Plus. Some of them have them, some of them don't. I think the corporation is really working toward all of their stores having a plus section. So if your store doesn't have it, check another store because like I said, they are working toward all of them having one, but I don't think they all have one just yet. We're also going to put up the Dollar Tree Faux Leather next to the Cricut Faux Leather. And then we also have some Dollar Tree glitter cardstock here that I really want to test out, see how it cuts. So make sure you stick around. So first thing I want to do, all of these are going to require us cutting. So we're going to put those to the side for just a second. And let's talk about this scraper tool. So I'm going to use both of these here in just a second, but I really want to get them out and look at the feel of them. See if the Dollar Tree one holds up really well. Now, one other thing that you don't see sitting here on the table that Dollar Tree has, I know that they have, is going to be a weeding tool. Now, that's one that we have so many weeding tools in our office. I couldn't tell you which one was a Dollar Tree weeding tool and which one was not. So that is one that I'm gonna say keep. If you are wanting to just get a pretty good weeding tool that's super inexpensive, definitely grab that at Dollar Tree. Now, just right off the bat, I mean, they both feel pretty good. Now, this on the Cricut does have like a rubbery feel to it where this does not. But y'all, they feel pretty much the same. Like you can tell this one is maybe a little higher quality, but not that much. So as of right now, unless something happens when we go to cut this, because I am gonna use this when it comes to putting these down on our mat, putting our materials down. So far, this one is a cop. We're gonna definitely get this from Dollar Tree. So like I said, this one is definitely something that I'm gonna say keep on that for sure. Next up, let's talk about these Cricut mats. So we do have an actual Cricut Joy mat. Y'all, this one has been a very well-loved mat, so I'm not going to judge this one really based off that one right now, but let's get this one opened up and see how it feels, if we like it. Now, obviously this is not gonna be one for everybody. This is just gonna be for our friends who do have Cricut Joys. But little secret, guys, if you are in the market for a Cricut and you don't know which one to get, we do have a video. I'll have it linked down below. If you wanna know which Cricut you need to get, definitely go watch that video. Spoiler alert, the Joy is not one that we recommend you getting as your first Cricut. But anyway, it's still a great machine. But if this is gonna be, like I said, for the Cricut Joy users, y'all, this is supposed to be, this is a standard grip mat. This is very sticky. Like, I'm very impressed by this. So with that being said, look, sometimes we have issues with mats being different lengths. These are the exact same. So you shouldn't have a problem with this being used in your Cricut Joy. So if you do have a Cricut Joy, I definitely say this one is definitely a keeper. This is one that I would go back and get again rather than spending the extra money on a Cricut mat. I think I would get one from Dollar Tree instead. Now I want to talk about the Dollar Tree faux leather. So first off, you get quite a bit of faux leather in this. You get 20 inches in length. So it is a little shy of 12 inches, but you do get 20 inches of faux leather. Once again, this is not the Dollar Tree Plus. This is just for like $1.25. So if we're just talking about price point, I think this is a pretty good price point for faux leather, especially if you are not used to working with faux leather, you haven't worked with faux leather, and you want to try to work with faux leather. I think this is a great start. I do have issues a little bit with how thin it is. So the Cricut leather, for example, is a lot thicker, meaning it's gonna be sturdier for standalone projects. So if you are working with something that is, your project is just strictly faux leather, maybe you're making a keychain or you're doing something like that, you're gonna want to go with the Cricut faux leather, or really not even the Cricut faux leather. Our favorite is Amazon, but that's neither here nor there. But I do think for the price point, this Dollar Tree faux leather is still pretty good. We did use this one for a project where we glued this faux leather to like a wooden round for either an ornament or a keychain, and it worked really well for that. But as a standalone project, I don't think I would use this faux leather just as a standalone project, but we are also going to test how it cuts versus the Cricut leather as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead, cut me off a piece of this Dollar Tree faux leather. We'll cut off a small corner of the Cricut. I'm going to place these both down on our mat. And I'm actually just gonna go ahead and use the same setting for both of those, and we're just gonna cut out a star today. So now that I have these in opposite corners, this is gonna be the Cricut side, this is gonna be the Dollar Tree side. We're just gonna go to continue. I am using the Explore 3 today, and I'm just gonna cut this on the faux leather setting. You do only have to have a fine point blade for this, so we're just going to load this in and let the Cricut cut, and we're gonna decide which one we like the best. So one thing I do want to say, the first pass through faux leather sounds really scary, but it's just cutting those fibers in the faux leather. The second pass sounds a lot better. So let's bring this overhead. Now, I don't know if you all saw this, but I had to put this corner down. A light grip mat is not the best to use for faux leather. This is a brand new light grip mat, and it's still probably not the best. So let's go ahead and remove these pieces. Beautiful. We knew it was gonna cut beautiful, but let's see how the Dollar Tree. Now this is the Cricut side. Remember, Cricut, Dollar Tree. Stunning. They both cut so well on the paper thin faux leather. So I'm gonna say keep on the Dollar Tree leather, especially if you're new to working with the paper thin faux leather with your Cricut. I would definitely go to Dollar Tree and get some of this if you can find it. I don't think that this is something you can purchase online. Now, sometimes you can purchase them in lower quantities. Sometimes you have to purchase a whole pallet. So Dollar Tree's just kind of back and forth with that. Check their website. If you can purchase just a few items of this, I would definitely go online if your local Dollar Tree doesn't have it to grab you some of this faux leather. Next up, I want to talk about the glitter iron-on. Now, we have used this glitter iron-on before, and y'all, we put it through a wash test. I was so impressed on how well this applied and how well it washed. It is insane. You all know that most glitter, which this is a foil, so they do have actual glitter and foil. This one is like the foil glitter. But you all know how thick glitter iron-on can be. This Dollar Tree glitter iron-on really is not super thick, but it's still, I think, a pretty good quality. So I mean, it does have a little bit of thickness to it, you all can see, but you know what, let's go ahead and give it a test so you all can really see how it does cut, and I'll show you what settings we use. And then after we cut this, we'll also go ahead and bring out that bright pad so that we can test the bright pad together as well. One thing I am gonna do with this, I'm just gonna grab me a piece of masking tape, because once again, you all know that glitter iron-on, glitter HTV likes to curl up on the edges, so I don't want this to curl up when I do put it through the Cricut. So I'm just going to tape my edges down just a little bit. So y'all, I'm really gonna put this glitter HTV to the test. I'm gonna do something pretty intricate. You all know text sometimes gives us a fit when it comes to cutting. So I'm going to cut this, and it's pretty big right now. I'm gonna size it down to about a 3 by 3. And we're really gonna see how well this does, okay? So now that I've sized it down, we're gonna go to make it. As always, when you are working with HTV, you're gonna turn the mirror on. We're gonna go to continue. I think I'm gonna cut this after filling this. I swear I think I'm gonna cut it on everyday iron-on, and we're gonna see how it does. Because like I said, it is a little thinner. Most glitter HTVs put quite a bit of pressure on this, and I don't want it to cut all the way through the carrier sheet. So I'm gonna test it on everyday iron-on first, and then we'll check it together. Okay guys, before I unload this mat, I'm going to check this. And right now, it's looking like the everyday iron-on setting was not the setting to use. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna send it back through and have it cut one more time. Okay, so that didn't work again. We're gonna pull it out. We're gonna turn the mat around. Actually, I'm just gonna pull this to the other side and test it on this other side now. And we're obviously not gonna use everyday iron-on setting. We're going to use the actual glitter HTV this time. Glitter iron-on. Now we'll send it through and test it again. That's crazy. Okay, so once again, just checking this on the glitter iron-on. Okay, it's coming up, but is it coming up the best? Oh. Nope. Okay, we're gonna test one more time. Just because these letters aren't coming up the best, no. And we're gonna test on the holographic iron-on. And then we'll try that and see where it goes. So I'm gonna put it on the holographic iron-on. Actually, what I wanna do, I wanna go to material settings. I wanna look at glitter iron-on. It's cut at a pressure of 170, and then I want to look at holographic iron-on 154. So obviously the 177 is more than that. So after looking at the pressures of what everything is cut at, we were very close with the glitter iron-on, which is cut at a 177. I was thinking about changing it to holographic, but now you can see that it's actually a lower pressure. So I think I want to go back to glitter iron-on, but I want to choose more pressure. So I'm just going to go back to browse all material. Glitter iron-on, and we are going to do more pressure. And we may have to send it through a second time, but we'll see. I think this one really will work. I also went ahead and checked my blade, made sure my blade was clean and that my housing was all the way seated in our clamp, which is very important to do if you are not getting the cuts that you think you should be getting. Make sure that your blade is cleaned off and that this is all the way down in the clamp. Okay, before I take this out, we're going to test it one more time. I think that one did the trick. But I think I want to send it through one more time. I don't think it was as good as I thought it was, so I'm just going to hit play and send it through one more time. That second pass really did it. So let's go ahead and unload it. We'll bring it overhead. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out around it. Take the tape off. Clearly I did a really good job taping this down. But I'm gonna leave it on the mat to weed real quick. So I'm gonna start weeding down here in this corner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is a lot thicker of a material than I initially thought, which I'm not mad about. Let me just say I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying that it is thicker than I originally thought it was, which is a good thing. For some reason, I also thought that it was gonna be a good idea to get a really tedious design. So it may take me a minute to weed. So just stick with me here. Okay, so we've got the outside weeded. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off of the mat, and we're gonna start weeding the inside. Now, first thing I wanna say is I'm not really liking how this is coming up, but that could just be user error. But like these little tiny words are a lot harder to weed around. But I also feel like you're gonna get that with glitter HTV as well. But I don't like that they're not wanting to stick back down to, oh, there goes the L. Okay. See, now I'm gonna have to go back in and like reposition these. You know what? This would have been a really great time to have used the bright pad. So instead of getting the rest of this out, but instead of weeding the rest, let's go ahead and get our Dollar Tree bright pad out real quick. And let's finish weeding on the bright pad and see if that helps at all. So first thing out of the packaging, this is what you're going to get. Does that come off or stay on? I think that's supposed to stay on there. Interesting. That is supposed to stay on. That was not supposed to come off. Okay, there's our little plug-in. Now it does not come with the block, it just comes with the cord, so you do have to have like a block, USB block to plug that into. So then you plug this in right here. That is not glued very well, mind you. That is very flimsy. Ugh. I'm not knocking it, I'm not knocking it. Let's see how it turns on. Okay. So here's the bright pad. I am so sorry, we can't. Okay, so this white piece that I thought at first came off. Okay, it's not the lights, but it protects the lights. Okay. I mean, you can tell it's a $5 thing when you're working up here, but let's put our, you can't really see anything on that. But it's also because it's holographic on the other side as well. Maybe if we had some black vinyl, we might be able to see it a little better. We may have to test that here in a minute, but right now I'm just going to finish weeding this glitter HTV. Okay, y'all, let's talk about the glitter HTV. Besides me having issues trying to figure out what setting to cut it on, which can be frustrating, especially if this is a new material that you're working with. Other than that, I'm not gonna put this on anything. I'm not gonna iron it on anything because, like I said, we have done it. We put it through the wash test. So as far as putting it on materials, it worked really well. Cutting was a little bit of an issue. So I wanna say for the price, I'm gonna be about here on that. For how the material holds up during wash, good to go. But as far as cutting and weeding, there are pieces here that I have lost, that it's just turned sideways. it's not sticking very well to the transfer, like the little tiny pieces. Now, if it's just a very large design, it would be so much easier. But if you're doing small intricate cuts on the Dollar Tree glitter, I don't know about it. I don't know about it. I'm gonna leave that one as an up in the air. I don't think you need to trash it. I don't think we're gonna 100% keep it in over other stuff, but I do think it's a good one to start out with. It's a cheap alternative to start out with. Now, let's talk about the bright pad. If you like to trace things, this would probably be great, but as far as an actual bright pad to help you weed, I don't think this is gonna be it. I think you're just gonna be wasting your $5. So I'm actually going to say trash the bright pad. I honestly didn't think I was going to. I thought that this was one for $5. I was gonna be for sure, we're keeping it. Definitely go get you one, but I really think you just need to save your $5 for this. I think there are other methods that will help you weed. Like I said, I didn't try tracing on this. Maybe that's what this is specifically made for, is to help trace. But if you're wanting to put it up next to the Cricut bright pad, I'm gonna say toss this Dollar Tree dupe. Now for the last two Dollar Tree Cricut dupes that we're gonna be talking about. First up, let's talk about this glitter cardstock. Now, right out of the gate, pulling this glitter cardstock out, this is actually a shed-free glitter cardstock. I'm not gonna really call it a true cardstock though. It does have a shiny back to it, and you all can see it's pretty flimsy. So I think that it is a great alternative if you are wanting to save some money. Now, this does come in a pack of 4. You do not get to pick your colors, so these are the colors that did come in the pack of 4. That's the only thing I don't necessarily care for, is not being able to pick your colors. I had no clue that there was pink, green, and black in this until I opened it up, because they were all stacked like this. So, I mean, for $1.25, and actually, this says it comes with 5 pieces, and I only have 4. Maybe we took a piece out, I'm not sure. But either way, for 5 pieces of glitter cardstock, if you're wanting to test it out, I think it's a pretty good purchase for $1.25 for 5 pieces. However, there are other cardstocks out there that are so much better, especially the cardstock from Celebration Warehouse. We're obsessed with it. It is gonna be linked down below. We love that shed-free glitter cardstock, and you can catch it on a really, really good deal sometimes. However, if you're at Dollar Tree and you want to test it out, I'm going to say once again, we'll keep this one. We're not going to trash it. But like I said, it's not going to be our favorite. But I still think it's going to be a decent quality cardstock. Now, one thing I do want to make sure you know, although this is a shed-free glitter cardstock, trust me, this is not sublimatable cardstock, because let me tell you, it melts everywhere. So just keep that in mind. There are some cardstocks that you can sublimate on. This is not one of those. So just keep that in mind. If you want to see those sublimation Dollar Tree fails, check out the video link down below. That is a hilarious video. Definitely need to go watch it, because you're gonna be shocked and surprised on what you can sublimate and what you can't sublimate from Dollar Tree. So definitely check that one out. The last thing that I want to talk about at Dollar Tree for the Cricut dupes is their permanent vinyl. Now, this one is one that a lot of people are going to probably come for me on. This is going to be a toss for me. I would never use Dollar Tree vinyl personally. It is so thin. It's more like paper than it is vinyl. So when you peel this off, do you all see how thin this is? It almost, I mean, it's not paper, but it's just such a thin vinyl. Now, one thing you do have to do if you use this vinyl, you do have to cut it on the washi tape setting. You cannot cut it on regular vinyl setting, because what's gonna happen, it's going to cut all the way through and you're not gonna be happy. Now, if you're at the Dollar Tree and you want to grab something to test on, maybe you're new to Cricut and you don't want to waste your expensive vinyl, this is definitely gonna be one to, I guess, test things out with, but know that it does have to be cut on a washi tape setting. So in my personal opinion, this one, I saved it for last because I knew y'all would probably come for me for this, but Dollar Tree vinyl, I'm trashing. Now, This has been a lot. If there were some Cricut dupes that you have found at Dollar Tree that we didn't cover in this video, make sure you comment down below. Maybe there's something on here that I said to keep and you want to trash, or I said to trash and you want to keep. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below so we can compare and contrast how we all feel, what we all want. Maybe you have had a different experience with these materials. This is just our opinion and how we have used these things so far, what we like, what we don't like. So like I said, there are some things from Dollar Tree for sure would go and get. It's a great dupe. Others, not so much. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel and then hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.